What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Summer Career Mode. It's episode number 16. What a dramatic late winner in our last game. Our new signing Tyrese Dolan coming up clutch away against Hull as he keeps us in the playoffs a big 3 points away in the North East. There's 14 games to go in the Championship. You would have seen the league table. Right now we are 10 behind Leeds in second. I don't think we can catch them, but also 7 clear of Middlesbrough and having a game in hand in 7th today. Golden chance, but to all cement playoff football for the second year in a row. So 14 games to go. We'll play most of them today as we aim to confirm position between 3rd and 6th for the second year in a row. First game at home, Luton, as we go for a big 3 points here. Come on, use. So worth pointing out. Keeps get ready. Oh, it's going to go wide. We've got both teams that are just outside the playoffs in the run today. Bristol City, who come after this, and then Middlesbrough as well, right at the end. So if we beat them back to back, yeah, no doubt about it, we'll all be thinking second year in a row, the minimum expectation, playoff football at the Kassam once again. Only one win in 3 in all competitions, but a win here could start us on the run that could all but lock it up. I want it locked up today. Leeds aren't exactly guaranteed to finish second. We could still get there, but if we are going to get there, it's going to need a heck of a run. And to do it without the boy wonder, the top scorer, our main man, I mean, it's a very tough ask. Doable? Yeah, absolutely. But, you know, let's just say I'm not overly optimistic. But I am optimistic of back-to-back wins in the league for the first time in a while. Captain Cam with the second. Quick-fire double for the U's. Definitely 3 points here at the Kassam. We've heard of the phrase, start as you mean to go on, and that is exactly how I wanted to kick off today's episode. 2-0 win at home to Luton, back-to-back clean sheets, 3 in a row actually, and back-to-back wins in the Championship. I said it before and I'll say it again. Today I want to lock up playoff football. That is the way to start your intentions. Right, let's just move straight out of this one into the next one. Lots of games coming today. Midweek at home, Bristol City. They themselves only just outside the playoffs, so heading into this, a big 3 points here could put daylight between us and the Robins as we aim to lock up that top 6 place. Bristol City at Kassam next up. Chance for the Robins early. Chip ball into the middle. Oh, what a goal. What a volley. What a goal. And Bristol City in front. This would be absolutely massive if we lose this one. Can't afford it. Any chance of us finishing in second place requires us to win, I would say, 90% of our remaining fixtures. And the chance of that happening is incredibly unlikely. So yeah, I'm not even going to think about it at all. All I'm thinking about is just make sure you stay in the playoffs. But the problem we're going to have is still lots of midweek games to come between now and the end of the season. I've said many times before, on the weekend I think we can take anyone, but in midweek, great save coming, whether we're home or away, regardless of who we face, I don't feel confident due to our small squad needing to rest players. No Hugo for this game, no Amin for this game, and on full display you're seeing the absentees clearly having a detrimental effect. It's midweek games, that's the killer for us. As the Robins are through for a second, Armstrong belts it in again. Sinclair Armstrong at the double, 2-0 Bristol City. Top 2, no chance. No Hugo, no Amin, no De Kerishmacher, no Plaqueta, and of course, the big miss, no Higgins as well, as Cumming makes a great save to stop it becoming completely embarrassing. Whether we're in the Premier League or the Championship next season, I'm playing things totally differently in the summer window. This year I made a bold call, decided to just bring in one star player in Hugo and hope that would be enough. And listen, it still may well be, but for the following season I need to learn from my mistakes. The squad depth is our main issue, and that's why in the summer window, again, regardless of whether we're in the top or the second tier, I'm bringing in some better reinforcements, man. I can't be just relying on freebies who haven't really got much ability and players who quite frankly aren't going to be part of the long-term future here as well in these kind of games. This is Bristol City who are going for our playoff place. To have had to rotate a lot of our team and be missing the boy wonder through injury, I'm not surprised we're down by 2 and looking all but out of ideas. Haven't had a chance in this game until we get one here, and Tyrese can't take it. 24 to go, it's over. We are about to hear a chorus of boos around the ground, and rightfully so as well. I might start joining in as well, because that is terrible, man. A chance to put daylight between us and the Robins and all but lock up a playoff place. Well, no, maybe not all but lock up, but definitely take a giant step towards guaranteeing it. And Sinclair Armstrong tore us apart with 2 goals in the first half. We offered nothing in response on the other end. Embarrassing, really embarrassing. But as I always say, you're going to let yourself down from time to time. It's just human nature to have your occasional slip up. When it happens, you can't feel sorry for yourself. You can't dwell on it. You got to pick yourself up, learn the lessons from your loss, and move on to the next game and put it right in your following endeavours. Staying in the cast down for our 3rd home game in a row should be a banker. Struggling Watford in Oxford. Come on, you. Big return to winning ways here, and we'll forget all about that loss. You know what that is? Complacency. That is complacency in a nutshell. Chance to go 13 points clear, get 4 clean sheets in a row, 3 straight wins, and yeah, start believing that it's basically done. It's basically done, and you forget to put in the graft that's needed to get that outcome. That's poor. Really poor. And if we lose this game as well, out comes Cumming, who's chipped, and it's off the line by Brody. And so, I love this guy. I love Cumming, man. Seriously. Don't get me wrong, I know why he didn't use the hands there. It clearly would have gone down as a back pass. How can it be a back pass if you're passing it forwards? I don't know. As Romani almost snuck it in the near post, and then the keeper punched it behind for a corner as it remains at 0-0. Brody Spencer. I love him as well. What a signing he's been from Oxford in real life that we made in the save as well. But that's an interesting... Can it be... What's it called? Is it still technically called a back pass if the pass goes forward? There's a riddle for us to decipher, but not whilst I'm concentrating on the game as Hugo fires one in from range, only to be denied. Frenetic start here. Both teams are opposite ends of the table. Watford need the win to try and climb away from the bottom 3. Us to keep ourselves in the top 6. Definitely goals in this one. But who's going to get the first? Feels so much more confident when Hugo's in our team as well. So I'm not surprised we lost in midweek, as that header goes just over the bar and somehow it remains goalless 32 minutes in. But yeah, Hugo's one of those players. I called them safe players. Do you know what I mean? Like when they're missing, you start worrying. Do you know what I mean? Like even if they're the only absentee, you think, oh, that could be a tough one with him not there today. That's how I feel about Hugo in this team, man. I feel like every CM I do, there's always like one safe player. Not the best player in the team, but without them, that's when I'm worried. And so I'm not surprised that Vettelson's absence in midweek, I'm not saying it's the reason why we lost the game, but it certainly was a factor. As Tyrese finds Sibley. Lovely ball roll. Great roulette. Good ball. Dolan, better finish. Tyrese Dolan with the opener. Third since joining. Oxford a goal up right before the break. Need to win this game. We'll win that. Yet we'll have that. Look at the space here for the Bangladeshi forward. Just to run and run and run. And still gets it. Amin for his first goal for Oxford. First for Amin. And he said, forget about the other Bangladeshi fullback. He'll be my bro when he's here. But right now, I'm the main man from that country. 2-0 Oxford. First in a yellow shirt. And that should do it. Back to winning ways. And like we said, learn the lessons. Put it right next time out. Too fragile against the Robins today. Much better defensively. And going forward, we've created and we've finished. 2-0 up, 3 points, huge victory here at the Kassam. So 3 more scouting updates where from England we shall keep scouting these 4 talents here. That Bobby Freeman lad might have fantastic sound though, so I probably will give him a scholarship in the next month. Or from Costa Rica, just continues these 2 scouting here. And as for Costa Rica and from Lithuania, we shall keep on scouting these 5 talents for now and see how they look after the final month next month. Right, okay, following game on the back of that big bounce back victory. Well, as we always say, it's great to win here and there, but you need to win consistently if you are to do something special. For us, that is trying to stay in the race for a top 2 place, but crucially stay in a playoff place. Following contest, Norwich City away from home. They themselves a dark horse for the playoffs with 11 games to go. So tricky one here at Carrow Road, and I don't want to have back-to-back losses against a side who are trying to take our playoff place at the end of the season. Canaries away from home is to go for a big 3 points away here. Love playing at Carrow Road, by the way, because it takes me out of my comfort zone a little bit, but it looks quite cool. So I get asked sometimes, oh, Doxy, what's your camera setting, bro? It's co-op. It's co-op, but it's everything else is on default, so it's not customized, it's just a co-op camera angle. But when you play at Carrow Road, due to the design of the ground, It can't be as... Oh, Dolan hits both posts and Duffy gets it away. It can't be as bird's eye, if you will, of a view as it is at every other ground. So that's why I quite like playing here, because it takes me out of my comfort zone a little bit, you know. But anyway, Dolan, that was uncomfortable watching that. I thought it was going to sneak in, hit both posts, and Norwich escaped. Still 0-0 for now, with a fast start here in East Anglia. We are up for this today. You can already feel it, as we're still deadlocks at 0-0, but a very fast start. Opening goals coming, though. And in a game like this, you've got to keep your foot on the gas pedal. Eventually, you're going to break through. Tyree's looking good early doors. Round 1, round 2, and this time doesn't hit the woodwork, but the back of the net. Class finish from Tyrese, and Oxford in front 26 minutes in. We ain't giving up the ghost of catching Leeds United. Yeah, it's very, very, very unlikely, but it is still doable. And whilst it is still doable, we'll continue to chase them. You know, we're not just going to give up. That loss to Bristol City, very damaging, but it's not over until it's over. I can't see Leeds losing 4 times in their remaining games, which will need to happen if we are to catch them. But you just never know in Championship football. Tyrese denied, still won, but that second goal is coming. It is all Oxford United in the early going. 11 how to go, still up by 1, just trying to grind this out here. And take a big 3 points back to the Kassam, which would maybe not all but end Norwich's chance of a playoff place, but certainly give it a massive blow. Shane Duffy through the gap. Malik has been excellent in this game. He's been a brick wall out there. And as we still lead by 1, O'Donker off the bench holds it up, gives it to Romeni, also off the bench. Now O'Donker, subs linking up. Let's get someone else involved in Marcelino Ferdinand. The bench boys looking to bag the game. And they've done so. The bench boys, all 3, keeping the ball between themselves as we'll keep hold of the 3 points, returning back to the Kassam. O'Donker's second goal of the season. And whilst I doubt it will still be here for next year at least, he's getting a couple of important ones towards the end of the campaign. That's going to do it. Big blow for Norwich's playoff hopes, but for ours, a massive, massive step towards locking up the top 6. Right, should see it out from here, so let's follow on to the following game. It is going to be QPR at home. Once again, though, it's the games we always struggling. Midweek, even though we're at home, only a couple of days rest, and a tough one here as we welcome the R's. Yep, doesn't matter who we're playing, doesn't matter if we're home or away, midweek games are our Achilles heel. Let's see if we can get through it with a big 3 points here, and our 3rd win in a row. Come on, the U's. And this is the thing, like QPR are at bottom of the table heading into this game, so statistically this should be the easiest game to win. But that's just how difficult we find the midweek clashes due to rotation required and tired legs as well. I'd rather face a team that are like 11th, 12th in the table away from home on the weekend than I would take on a side that are bottom in midweek. That is just how much we struggle in these games here. But as Hugo wins it back, as he often does, an early goal will certainly settle some nerves tonight. Dolan, brilliant ball through, and the young Indonesian is through to give us the opening goal. Romeni from the Netherlands to Oxford with the finish, the U's in front early. He was born in the Netherlands but represents Indonesia on the international stage, and you find that with a lot of the Indonesian national team. Like a lot of them were born in the Netherlands but decide to represent the country, and I think that's great as well. You know, I mentioned this before, but like to me, I personally believe that like if you have like a second nationality, and you know your primary nationality is one of the top teams in world football, you know, and you're not a top player yourself, I say go and represent the second country you've got, man. Like seriously, go and represent your second nationality, because there's such a little chance you ever getting called up for that senior squad, man. You might get 1 cap at best if you're lucky in a friendly, or you can make yourself a hero for that second nationality you've got. That's what I'd do, man. If I had very little chance of breaking into the England squad, could maybe only get 1 cap in a meaningless friendly against anyone, or I could go and represent, off the post, Gibraltar. The chance to play over 100 times for Gibraltar and maybe scrape them to the Euros would mean a lot more than 1 meaningless cap for England in a friendly. At least in my opinion. Everyone's different. Everyone's different, but at least in my opinion. As Tyler is through and he hits the bar, and it remains at 1-0 for now. Like, Ollie's just a brilliant example of that. You know, he won a few youth caps for the Netherlands, but was he ever going to get called up to the senior squad? Let's be totally honest, probably not, now in his mid-20s. But now he's chosen to represent Indonesia. I mean, if he could scrap Indonesia to a World Cup, you know, that's got to mean a lot more than never getting to play for the Netherlands, or at best coming off the bench in a friendly. I mean, oh, Tyrese, wonderful goal to make it 2. Surely. I mean, at least it would, in my opinion, man. I think that about a lot of the players that are English, who I know would love to go and play for our senior team and have represented our youth teams, but probably aren't going to make it now at the stage of their career they're in. For example, we've got a few players that represent Jamaica, and you got Max Aarons, who of course was the Norwich Academy grad, moved to Bournemouth, hasn't really worked out, and now he's gone out on loan to Rangers in Scotland. You've got Damari Gray, you've got a few players. Oh, Dolan, wonderful touch to make it free. You've got a few players basically that could represent Jamaica. And currently don't. Oh, I'll tell you who as well. Reece Nelson, the Arsenal lad whose career's kind of stalled a little bit. Was out on loan at Fulham last year. I say, lads, go and play for Jamaica. Like, go on, because the chances are you're not going to play for England. Go and play for Jamaica. Imagine getting them to the World Cup for the first time since the early 2000s, I think, or 98 possibly. Go and play for Jamaica, lads. Go and make yourself heroes over there. And actually, Damari Gray's already done that. He made the switch in 2023 and has now played over 20 times for Jamaica. So, yeah, if he gets them to the World Cup, that is going to mean a hell of a lot more than finishing his entire career without a single senior cap for the England squad, which, of course, now looks very unlikely. Right decision, in my opinion, and I definitely encourage a few of the other lads to go and make the switch as well. Anyway, after that, Jamie Cumming signed a new 4-year deal. He deserves it, man. He deserves it. 5 clean sheets in 6. I've been so critical of Cumming since the save began, but come on, man. He's not that bad. He deserves it, and he's staying with us for at least the next few years. And after that, following game will be Damari Gray's side, Birmingham away at St Andrews, back in the Championship. So unlucky, of course, not to win on Friday night in their return to the second tier. Was it a penalty? Should Ipswich have had that right to the death? Well, controversial one, but the Blues showing on the opening day, they've got a chance to stay in the second tier in their first year back. Big game here at St Andrews. Come on, the U's. I love the ambition Birmingham have as well. I was reading an article on BBC about their ambitions for the big new stadium they want to replace St Andrews, and you love to see it as well. Love it when owners come in and they just have these grand ambitions for the club, and when they follow through on it as well. See, I hate Wrexham again, but come on, you can't say that those owners don't love the club. And this man is being loved by Birmingham fans. Scored on Friday night, scores here as well. Jay Stansfield, League One record breaker for most expensive signing. I think it's safe to say already, the Blues know they've got ROI on the Fulham Academy graduate. What a talent this young man is. And from kickoff, Lowe finds Plaqueta. He rolls it in, and Dolan instantly responds. Brilliant strike from Tyrese, and we're getting the ROI on him as well. I suppose it's probably a good idea not to get started on talking about football club ownership, because otherwise this video will go on for a long time, man. But I just feel like you can't win as an owner. Do you know what I mean? As Goodrum almost caught Ryan Allsop out of the near post. Like, someone, somewhere, is going to find fault with how you're doing things, no matter how you do it. Like, seriously, we've seen so many terrible owners over the years that put their clubs in major problems, and owners that are just skint, or not, or even if they're not skint, they've got a load of money, like Mike Ashley, would just decide not to invest it as Teddy heads us into the lead just after the hour mark. And then you see owners that come in and clearly love the club and don't just transform the club on and off the pitch and the community too, and then they get criticised as well. And it's like, I don't know how you can be a football club owner and win the respect of everyone. I don't think it's possible. I really don't. I mean, Mike Ashley's a word that I'm not going to use in my video, but he's a person I don't like very much, let's just say that. And I've got no connection to Newcastle United other than one of my friends supporting them, but still, awful what he did with that club, you know. And what a touch, Jay Stansfield. What a goal by the young talent that is. But I see some owners when they come in and they make big changes and they start spending the money. It's what fans apparently want from owners, and then they'll get criticised online. I don't understand it. I just don't understand. Like, some of the hate that Wrexham have got. I don't. Is it because they're from, Hollywood and they've got the Netflix show or whatever it was on, Disney or whatever it was? I don't understand it. Isn't this what we want for a working class town like Wrexham? For a club looking for a restoration? Isn't this what we want? What a great game that was, by the way. So fun to play. And I always say this, I don't mind if I haven't won the game if I've enjoyed it. That was really enjoyable to play. A point Birmingham claim courtesy of their young lad Jay Stansfield. And following the game, international break. And in 2 weeks' time, probably our final game today. It is probably the biggest one remaining. It is Middlesbrough coming to the Kassam, where right now with 8 games to go, we are 10 points behind Leeds. We're not going to catch them, let's be honest here, but currently 13 clear of the Borough, right now 11 clear of Bristol City, and I would say win this game, and playoffs are basically a lock for the second year in a row. So let's end the episode with a big high, making sure that top 6 is all but guaranteed with 7 games to go. Probably our final one today, the Borough coming to the Kassam. Come on the U's. Final point on this, I do get it from a fairness perspective, don't get me wrong, I'm not that tone deaf. I do understand why a lot of clubs would feel aggrieved that they can't compete with the large sums of money that Wrexham can now throw around. I get it, of course I do, but ultimately, life isn't fair, that's how it is, and if you were offered that chance, would you not take it? Listen, if we're being totally honest about ourselves, I think the majority of us would. If I had the chance to have Millwall go from the Championship to the Champions League in 3 years, as Wrexham have gone from National League to Championship in successive seasons, I'd say get the camera crew down, let's start this documentary at the Den. Are you serious? I wouldn't turn that chance down. Of course I wouldn't, man. We all want to see our club succeed. It's like the private school argument. I grew up working class. I grew up quite poor. If I was offered a chance to go to private school, do you think I'd turn it down? Absolutely not. Is it unfair that I didn't get those advantages that other kids did? Maybe, but life is unfair. Deal with it. And right now we are dealing with the Higgins situation perfectly. Plaqueta fires in the opener right before the hour mark, and the U's in front in a game which will surely all but lock up a playoff place. Win this, and with 7 games to go, it's over. Top 6 is a lock. I'm also man enough to accept I would not have had these opinions when I was younger as well. Maturity comes with age after all. If you would have asked me these questions on Wrexham when I was in my early 20s, you would have gotten a very different answer. Believe me. Life has a way of, teaching you a lot, courtesy of experience. Anyway, 15 minutes to go, still leading by 1. Middlesbrough have not had a sniff. Our defence has been rock solid, and this is going to do it. Oxford, no, with 7 to go, it is going to be playoff football at the bare minimum. And I'll do it for today's episode of the Summer Career Mode, guys. So big thank you for watching. Really hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, then please do drop a like. What's up to you all? Have a fantastic day. I'll return in the next one with most likely the penultimate episode of the season, the final 7 games of the Championship, where playoffs are looking to lock, but it could be the season finale as we still have a chance to catch Leeds and go up in the top 2. I guess we'll find out in the next one. Have a great day, guys. Much love to you all, and I'll see you for that next episode of the Summer Career Mode very soon.